The chair recognizes the honourable member for Fox Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first is the matter of the alleged surveillance and the taping of conversations of Bahamians by United States agencies in the Bahamas has been the subject of public interest for some time. The Bahamas government has made inquiries on this matter and received the following answer from the United States State Department by way of an oral communication on the 26th of January, and I'm quoting from my notes of the meeting. The U.S. will, going forward, use the lawful authority that was mutually agreed between the two countries to obtain surveillance information for drug interdiction and criminal activities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, honourable member. Order that the communication be brought up.
It's 12 or 13. Mr. Speaker, I want to lay on the table the statements made by the Prime Minister in Kingston, Jamaica on the 9th of April at a summit with the President of the United States, Barack Obama, and at the Summit of the Americas in Panama City in Panama on the 11th of April. Both meetings were highly successful, and the missions, the aims, and objectives were achieved. The Bahamas has always supported the idea of a continuing conversation with the United States, which is our largest trading partner and with which we have so much that we share. We welcomed the meeting and were integrally involved in all aspects of its planning. Given the domestic interest in the site of the meeting being Kingston as opposed to Nassau, we received the following information from the United States with regard to the site of the meeting. The venue for the CARICOM U.S. Summit was chosen based on the rollout of a significant U.S. education portfolio initiative, and that the University of the West Indies Mona campus in Jamaica represented a multinational venue campus in order to launch such a program for the Americas. 2, additionally, the venue offered the most suitable and opportune use of the President's time on the way to the Summit of the Americas, which was being held in Panama. The logistics, travel time, and air travel, etc., to Panama was a contributing factor. During the meeting, the U.S. President was engaged with all prime ministers. The rapport between our own Prime Minister and the President was excellent, building on their first meeting in the fall of last year. The choice of the venue had nothing at all to do with any domestic issues in the Bahamas, and any such allegation is patently false. In June of this year, there is to be a summit on citizen security to be hosted by the Bahamas in Nassau. Leaders from around the region and the United States are expected to gather in Nassau for that meeting. There were several commitments made by the U.S. President at the summit in Jamaica with regard to national security, financial services, competition, and energy. The U.S. President indicated that his administration will move quickly on these matters. It remains only for me to say that the role of the Prime Minister in ensuring that these meetings were a success is unchallenged. The meetings were an unqualified success, and I would like to thank all the team that supported the meetings at CARICOM and in our own Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Jamaica, and the Office of Prime Minister in Jamaica for ensuring its success. In Panama, the Prime Minister was able to put the country's definitive position on immigration once again, saying to the world and the hemisphere that we will not apologize for the actions which we have taken on immigration, and he called on border states to do their part to stop their citizens from breaching our borders. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, honourable member. Order that the communication be brought up.
I wonder, Mr. Speaker, if I can just give an undertaking with regard to the two statements the Prime Minister made to do that.
Very well.
Finally, Mr. Speaker,
Member for Fox Hill.
I wondered if you wanted to complete laying it on the table. I'd do the
Very well. Order that the two communications to lie on the table. Chair recognizes member for Fox Hill.
Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, I wish to say to the House the following. On the 9th of April, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs advised the public that the Bahamas Consul General to Atlanta, Randy Rold, has returned to Nassau for consultations with his principals at the headquarters, and those consultations continue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Ordered that the communication be brought up. Thank you. In order that the communication do lie on the table.